I was going to take off this because you said you were getting a finer print, right?
I think so. I should be done remodeling my room Sunday, maybe tomorrow morning, and then it's back to working on the printer.
Nice.
And that's, I'll run that through as the first one after I get it leveled.
It's like Matt Damon's and Ben Affleck's wings in Dogma.
Actually, when these actually come out, they're incorporeal. So they won't interfere with his armor at all. They'll just come right through.
I'm in midstream watching this show, and then there's one girl on there who's playing one, and they described him pretty cool. It's kind of cool to hear. All right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of a cutscene, if you will, that you as the players will know about, but your characters won't. So we'll just to kind of set the tone, and then we'll jump into this. So the scene starts. There is a bride in a chapel, and she looks just stunningly beautiful, and she's kind of pacing back and forth with her entourage, helping her kind of getting ready for the big day. And in another room, there is a gentleman in a suit, a vintage-looking Gothic suit, who obviously is the groom. And he's got a smile from ear to ear. And standing almost in the shadows is another gentleman with long black hair, also dressed up as well, with a rose in his pocket, but looks very unhappy. And the happy gentleman notices the other, and he's like, "Brother, this is a glorious day for our family. I'm so excited for you to be here since our parents are gone." And he starts to walk over to this other gentleman to give him an embrace. And he says, "Thank you, brother." And as he goes to embrace this other gentleman, the gentleman brings out his arms to hug his assumed brother, and all of a sudden a dagger goes into the groom's gut. And the other gentleman says, "Know this as you are dying, that Tatiana will never be yours." And he twists the knife, and the brother falls to the ground. Cutscene. Our characters are at a campsite, and there's animals in the woods howling. They are surrounded. There's around the fire, and with them are a colorful group of people. There is an older gentleman in purple near you guys at the fire. There's a couple of them that are tending to the horses of the wagons, of their wagons. And then the older gentleman is kind of dancing. One of the other ones is playing music and singing. And it's all in all a calm scene. And you guys find yourself sitting at this campfire, thinking back how you got here. Loki and Thallan, you guys have been on the hunt for undead, and you've heard rumors that there are undead in the Misty Forest, which is off the tradeway southeast of Daggerford, and Daggerford is southeast of Waterdeep. You've heard of these undead slaughtering adults and children and pulling them into the woods. You even heard rumors of maybe werewolves involved.
They're wolves.
What's that?
They're wolf.
They're wolves. They're wolves. And you guys are so you're on the edge of the Misty Forest, and you came across this camp of gypsies, and they have offer to give you food and drink and a safe place to stay for the night. For Blazing Fire, you were traveling alone and you went through the town of Daggerford, and you were in an inn, and in the tavern, there was lots of food and ale, and fire was blazing by the hearth, and there was just it was just a quiet evening. Suddenly the tavern door swung open and everyone kind of got quiet. A gentleman came in with colorful garb on and comes up to you and says, "I have been sent to you to deliver this message. If you be a creature of honor, you will come to my master's aid. It is not advisable to travel the Svalit woods at night." And he pulls his tunic, a sealed letter addressed to you with your name on it, Blazing Fire. And he drops the letter on the table. It says, "Take the road east of here, some 5 hours to the Slavich woods." Now he says Svalich woods. There you will find my master in Barovia. Amid all this, he says to the barkeep, "Fill this gentleman's glass, and I'll be on my way." And before you can say anything, he steps out of the tavern and disappears.
So I'm going to ask the barkeep, who is that?
And he, barkeep says, "Well, we've seen their kind hanging out near the edge of the misty woods, not too far from here. Maybe he's one of those that's staying there. There seems to be a small group of them with their wagons. That just 5 hours down the road from here, from Daggerford." And he says, "Looks like you get another drink.
Excellent.
Do
Tabaxi luck strikes again.
Do you read the letter?"
Sure. If I brought my pocket knife. I didn't bring my pocket knife.
So that's the embedded Nuada symbol on my shield.
Nice.
I can get out my dagger. Or just another patron's dagger. I don't know how to close it. That's okay. LTD.
And Blazing Fire is reading the letter.
Should I read out loud?
If you want.
These guys don't know what it says.
You might share it later.
Oh.
So we're not together yet.
Well, this resonates with me.
Okay. So you're sitting by the fire at this campground, and you're thinking about earlier how this had happened to you, and you're thinking about that letter. And you two are also sitting by the campfire, Loki and Thallan, thinking about your mission to find the undead, possibly some werewolves from the rumors. How do you see yours? Bael?
Bael.
Bael and Eldridge, you may not know each other, but you both have been summoned to Daggerford by the Duchess Morwen. She is the benefactor of the town, and she has called on you guys to help her. Yesterday, she ordered several guards to scare away some mysterious visitors just outside the misty woods, but they couldn't get the job done. When the guards returned, they spoke sympathetically about these visitors. It seemed as if the guards may have been charmed by them, she thinks. Duchess Morwen doesn't want armed conflict, but she aims to send a stern message to the visitors.
Us to come inside.
Sure, you want to watch a movie now, or a show?
No, is Leo gonna come inside?
He'll be in soon. But you can watch a show if you want. She doesn't want armed conflict, but she does want to send a stern message to the visitors and ask you to deliver on her behalf that if they don't leave by dawn, she will burn their wagons to the ground. you guys make haste to this campground, and as the evening grows dark, you see a dozen men and women gathered around the bonfire. Everyone seems to be in good spirits. A few of them sing and dance around the fire, while others are drinking a lot of wine. And they've got the barrel top wagons parked at odd angles. Tied to a nearby tree, grazing are half dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels. You had introduced yourselves and sat down by the big fire. Now all of you sitting down by the fire have come to learn the name of the elder. His name is Stanimir. He has also told you who they are. They are called the Vistani, and they're just traveling. They don't want any help or any trouble. And he says, "Don't worry. We have no wish to make enemies of Lady Morwood. But I do have a story to tell you all. First you listen, and then tomorrow morning we go." And he kind of calls over his daughter and son and says, "Everyone gather by the fire. I'll now tell you a story." And he's all, "Pass around the vino." Did you all have some wine, partake in some wine?
Every time.
I take a cup and then set it on the ground.
Okay. Wine?
No.
We'll pass it on.
Okay. So only person drinking is blazing fire?
Or for me.
Alright. So Stanimir fills his mouth with wine and he spits it into the fire. And the flames turn from orange to green. And as they dance and sway, a dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. "We come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, a land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost roads." The dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, and a spear piercing his side. And then Stanimir continues. "One night, a wounded soldier staggered into our camp and collapsed. We nursed his terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine, and he survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home, but we were deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him. They said he was a prince, yet we didn't give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves." Deep in the bonfire, you see a dark figure standing with sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. "This man of royal blood fought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, 'I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish. Leave when you choose, and know that you will always be safe here.' The figure dancing fire vanquishes its final foe and then disperses in a cloud of smoke and embers. Stanimir's face becomes a somber face. "A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain, and we've traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourselves, to end our dread lord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest." And then the fire kind of goes back to normal orange. "More wine! Please, drink and be merry." And he kind of just, everyone's, the music starts up again.
What was the name of this prince?
That he wouldn't say.
And what was that?
The prince didn't say to
Oh.
them when they saved him. This is now you guys, since you know some of you know each other, and most of you don't know each other. You can kind of be like, "Who are you?"
Did any of that sound familiar to you?
Maybe, I don't know.
I'm gonna scratch my head and wonder, does any of that sound familiar to me?
So not to what you your current mission or whatnot, but you are, I would say, you're curious to know more about this prince. I would think. Stanimir says, to know more about our prince, travel to the land of Barovia. You could seek out the lead elder, Madame Eva. She can tell your fortune, and why you are here, and where you are going, and what you will need.
Stanimir, I don't like to hear about... I like to hear about people being free. So if there's something with the prince, or something with the prince's land that is preventing that from happening, I'm interested. What else can you tell me? How far away is Barovia?
It is close, yet far away at the same time. And I believe that you will find it soon.
I've been around for
And
a
he
few
goes,
decades.
he goes, would you like some vino?
I'd love a small cup.
Okay.
Yes.
And he passes the wineskin and orders his daughter to give you a cup. He goes, how do you like the vino? It's
wonderful. Can I have another glass?
yes, have some more. And he actually just gives you another wineskin to fill up your glass. And he says, this is famous grapes from Barovia itself. We in Barovia, the vino is made in a place called the Wizard of Wines. The most beautiful place.
Well, how do we find this beautiful place?
Oh, you will find it. You will find it on your travels. There's no coincidence you all are here tonight. I believe you all will be helping us with our poor prince.
Well, I'm trying to find my way to Barovia, it turns out, so...
In the morning, it'll all be clear.
Well, it's not too clear
Let
now.
let us enjoy the evening together. I promise you safe, safe lodging. We will protect you in this campground.
The gypsies are going to protect us.
You'll all be out of here by daybreak.
Oh yes, that's our plan. We are leaving tomorrow. Let us enjoy the evening, and we shall be moving on tomorrow.
Or where are you heading tomorrow?
We are traveling on. We wander. We let our deity guide us.
Which deity is that?
Well, let me look that up.
Loki is sharpening his arrows.
Sharpening your arrows.
Yes, talk amongst yourselves while I look it up.
Well, you would think I would have a set of dice or something, but I don't.
Must be in the lands. Lay of the land.
I don't see why they're so vague about the direction of this Barovia place.
Do you have a map? Does anybody have a map
Okay.
that shows Barovia?
I do not
So-
have
We follow the guidance of the Morning Lord. The Morning Lord watched over Barovian people from sunrise to sundown. But the sun in Barovia hasn't shone unobscured for centuries. So now we usually have to pray to the Mother Night.
That sounds dreary. I prefer to see the sun.
I, as a hunter of the undead, like that sounds a little ominous.
Do either of those two gods sound familiar?
No. I was gonna have you roll for something too, but now I can't remember. Woo, getting out the cobwebs here.
Yeah, I'm not rolling for religion check.
Look, to Stanimir, if the gods of the Morning Lord if it's perpetually dark and the gods of the Morning Lord aren't active, what was it? The goddess of the night, you said?
The Mother of Night.
Mother of Night.
Yes.
Are you acting for the Mother of Night, or are you acting for the gods of the Morning Lord?
Both. Depending on the time of day.
But it's always night there.
Well, it's not always night. I mean, it's just that the sun is usually obscured by mist.
What have you seen there?
Hmm?
What have you seen anything unusual there? If you're trying to send us to Barovia,
Oh, it's a beautiful place. I mean, it's our home. It's our home. We travel back and forth, to Barovia. Oh, perception check.
24.
Okay. So you see, kind of on the edge of the campground, they got a little colorful scarf, but then they're kind of all black clothes of Vistani, but they look like, and they're armed, and they're not looking at you guys. They're looking out into the woods, so like they're protecting the campground.
Stanimir, what are you expecting to attack in the night?
Oh, we always precautions, especially with the guests. We want to keep you safe and give you a good night's sleep. Good night.
Well, when we strike out in the morning, what should we expect to encounter?
Well, we'll talk about it in the morning. It's getting late. You go ahead and roll perception check.
7.
You also see those men, but that's about it.
I don't need much sleep at night. Is there something that I can help with?
Oh, we got it covered. And about this time, he kind of steps up and starts like dancing with his daughter and listening to the music. And we shall go to bed soon. And he let's enjoy the evening together. And so he kind of steps away and starts dancing.
Did any of you get any warning about the woods or anything in the area that attack at night?
No. This is the
No.
first I've heard that it's dangerous.
I'm here to clear the camp.
We were told to get these people out of here.
Who wants them out?
The Duchess.
And she owns the woods.
You would know her of the Duchess of Daggerford because when you were at the inn and stuff, and you kind of heard them talking about her being kind of a minor tyrant, but if you're on her good side, she's really nice.
You're in the circle. So is this her woods here?
It's kind of southeast. But it's pretty close, and she just doesn't want vagabonds causing trouble near the camp.
Then the Duchess doesn't have any intelligence about things going on at night.
People came out to clear them. They came back and didn't want to clear them. So I'm here.
Wait, so we're here to get these people out of here?
Yes.
They are.
So,
We just met them at the fire.
Oh, let's go inside. Wait.
Eldridge, go ahead and give me a, what's this? Just straight intelligence.
That is 11.
There's a thing on the way.
Okay.
Friends, can I help you and
Um,
it out?
After talking with them, you kind of start to almost feel sorry for them, like a little bit. Like they're just kind of wanderers. You're not seeing anything too out of the ordinary, except for Standemir being a little cryptic of how he talks and stuff. But like as far as looking around, you don't see anything suspicious outside of them just wanting to protect the campground.
Doesn't seem like they're up to anything, and they've got good wine.
Won't be a problem as long as they leave.
Okay, it's good.
Sounds like they're leaving in the morning.
Then it won't be a problem.
Good.
More vino for everyone! Standemir's dancing.
I need to rush them tonight. He said they'll be gone.
And he did say they would be gone in the morning. Probably, leaving around the same time. You guys might hopefully giving you answers.
One more glass of wine, I won't care about answers anymore. I'll have my answer.
I don't know.
I'll slide you the cup and the 2 wineskins that have been dropped in my lap that I haven't touched.
Anyone else drinking? That's a vampire.
No.
Anyone else drinking?
I just
You got a small cup.
And I'm just
Dole's
turned
the
around.
mind.
Not with my suspicious nature, no.
Does anyone know?
I just turned around to watch outside the perimeter.
Did you leave it outside? Okay, we'll look. He's looking for his Yeti hat.
Wait,
Um,
maybe. Oh, I had it. You gave it to me, dude. Oh, yeah.
There it is.
Why don't you guys go watch the show now?
Looks like a good party hat, actually.
Yeah, it does.
Looks like a Fred Flintstone Order of the Water Buffalo
It
hat.
does look like a good party.
That's what I was thinking.
Wait. Don't touch my hat. It's not for you. It's
Seem a
mine.
little young for that hat.
Dad, is it okay if I have a Hansen's?
Yes.
Hansen?
So you guys, the night draws on. I'll have whoever drank roll Constitution checks.
14.
Dad, can you open it? How are you doing it?
21.
Okay, do good?
That kind of goes well with how much you had, and then for you, you're feeling a little loopy, but not too much that you black out or anything like that. You guys go ahead and show me kind of where you're gonna sleep for the evening.
Why did, what did
Well, these 3 look like food wagons.